take care of you.
And we're live. Hello.
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 I'm live.
You're
I'm
live.
Here. I'm here.
So we have a special guest today. His name is Omar Shaath. And Omar.
Hi.
Hi, Omar. So,
Hi, Stephen.
as we always do, we meet you in an elevator in this tower. You like to say this tower.
Yes.
For the first time, we say, hey, Omar. Oh, well, we don't even know your name. But
No.
Hello.
But
we're curious.
That is what we do in the elevator when someone is
Actually,
coming
we
in.
do. We scare people in the elevator.
Like, hi,
we say, welcome to our lift. And then we get to know who these people are.
So
And they're like, really?
And sometimes they want to back out, but,
Yeah.
but they can't.
They can't.
It's so funny.
So they're stuck with us, either going down or going up. Anyway, you're stuck with us from the ground floor up to the 16th floor. And we want to know more about you. So
And I will take the time.
Yeah, and we always say 15, but actually it would be 16 if it's 16th floor.
Yes.
So you have 16 seconds to introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Omar Shaath. I work in the Ministry of Transport and Communications as the digital lead for TESMO. But on that side, I work as a freelance hypnotherapist. I have co-founded Maskan, and I'm also on YouTube.
Whoa. And
Wow, superb. He's been practicing. He said he's never seen any of our,
just
our
the
podcasts.
promos.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was too smooth.
Very good.
Too smooth.
Welcome.
Unless he's thrown us into a hypnotic state.
Now we are hypno.
Absolutely.
That's so cool. I want to know.
Yeah, we want
to
to jump straight into the hypnotherapy.
So,
How did you get into that?
that's the first thing I get asked a lot. Okay, so I think it is started from college. It's weird, not necessarily hypnotherapy, but the fact that I keep exploring things. Because as soon as I joined the market, I had so much spare time. I couldn't keep it free. I had to keep myself busy. So last year, I was watching The Late Late Show. And then they brought in a hypnotist. So there's hypnotherapy and there's hypnotism.
Mm-hmm.
And when they brought the hypnotist and he did all the tricks, I was like, let me look into it one more time. Like, let's see what it has to it. When I looked it up, I was like, okay, actually there's a therapeutic side of hypnosis, which I never heard about. Why? I started reading more and they get excited. So I was like, okay, I can help people around me. So maybe I should start with those. And then I started learning hypnosis. My wife was very supportive. Like, she allowed me to practice on her every day.
That is so funny.
So I practiced
Wow.
everything on her. And then I went to my cousin and I told him, okay, I know you have fear from cats. I think I can help you. And he was open to it. And then we set an appointment 1 week after. And he called me every 2 days. He was like, are jinns involved? I'm like, no. And he calls me after 2 days. I'm like, what if I get stuck in hypnosis? I'm like, you will be famous. And then he kept calling me, but I didn't give him much information because I was like, as long as he's willing, I'm not going to share much. I'll just tell him everything when we meet. We meet the first day of the session. And then I cleared out all the misconceptions, what is really hypnosis is and what are you going to experience. And then just to let you know about my cousin, he couldn't be in a room like this. He couldn't be in a room with a cat. It's not possible. It's either him or the cat. Okay, he was very afraid of cats. After the session, he was like, I want to try. I was like, okay, do you want to walk outside? Maybe we can find cats outside. We walked outside. We couldn't find any cats. So it was like, I don't see any cats. I was like, how about your neighbors? I know they have pet cats. He was like, okay, let's go. We went there and 2 cats walked out. He panicked for a split of a second, but then he calmed down. He kept looking at the cat, so I started petting the cat. And in a few minutes, he was petting the cat.
No.
And here I was blown away. I was completely blown away by hypnotherapy. And then the story moves on. Like, I have so many stories of people who were shocked and shocked me back in terms of results that was achieved by hypnotherapy.
And how many sessions would someone have, like your cousin, to get over the fear of cats? Was it just the one session or was it a few?
So this cousin, he was happy with one session because He was like happy. I'm here. I'm happy. I don't want to improve any further. But usually I would say at least 2, but preferably 3. 3 sessions is the best to go for. Yani.
And
Does your cousin have a cat now?
He doesn't, but
he likes
but
them.
yeah, at least he relaxes. Like he walks in, walks out the house. He doesn't mind cats.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
and when you said big cats, that they were just normal cats, because I
Normal
know
cats.
a few people do have big cats.
Yeah, no,
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 not those kind of
it
big
was a
cats.
normal
Okay.
cat.
normal cats, and it was very embarrassing for him. You know, going outdoors, so many cats. You know, walking with his family it was causing embarrassment to him. So for him, this was a big relief.
And have you always been into helping people? You know, because was that something that kind of drew you into hypnosis and all that?
So I've always wanted to understand, like, what am I best at? And I recalled I received the best or most supportive colleague at university. And then I realized, like, yes, I've always been trying to support people. Like, why not do hypnotherapy, which is something I like, fascinated about, passionate about, and also helping people. And helping people, though, who are really in need. They really need hypnotherapy, but the lack of awareness of hypnotherapy is just ridiculous.
Yeah, but is that just in the region with hypnotherapy?
I
Or
don't
is it-
think so, because I've been trying. I mean, since I bestowed upon hypnotherapy, I'm trying to connect with the practice, those who are practicing hypnotherapy in the region and outside. But there seems to be a general lack of hypnosis. Maybe U.S. and mostly UK is very prominent in hypnotherapy, but still, public awareness is not there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still. I would say it's within specific circles or specific communities that are aware of hypnotherapy and hypnosis in general. But generally speaking, no, I don't think it's there.
But it's
Not
some
yet.
of it's one of those things that is so interesting and a bit scary, because you kind of, as the person that is being hypnosed, you kind of lost all your your control. So you're like without control, and you're just jumping out in something. And I think maybe that is like,
You mean people feel vulnerable?
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, that's one of the misconceptions.
Sorry. Well, I've never been hypnotized.
Yeah.
Have you
yeah,
not?
No.
No, I
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, I'm not sure, but maybe Stefan would agree. But it's just a state of contemplating, really having very much focus on imagination. So you could have more vivid imagination than usual, but you would remain in control. You would remain aware of your surrounding, of yourself.
Yeah, you don't.
Like, you don't
you don't
lose it.
disappear in some weird world. You are conscious. You are
But
you
it's
are
like-
listening.
yeah.
You don't, well, maybe with your imagination you would go off into some strange and wonderful world.
But I mean, I do understand the misconception, because so many people are familiar with hypnotism. I mean, on stage, and they never show you the whole truth, because it's similar to magic. Like, if you reveal that secret, it's no more interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
So they have to hide the secret to it. That's why it's, I would say, misinterpreted by people. But hypnotherapy is completely different. But I haven't seen anyone actively trying to promote hypnotherapy, even though it's one of the most powerful mental tools.
So cool.
And how was the response from family and friends? Were they? Have you got more and more people coming up to you? And
Okay, so initially I was surprised, because I thought my family and friends will be the first to support me. I was correct about my wife, but not anyone else. Everyone was a skeptic and a critic. They were like, Omar, are you going to do this for a living? I'm like, no, I'm going to do it on the side. But they're like, no one is going to do hypnosis. What is hypnosis? Are you going to control me? Control my thoughts, my actions? I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. And the usual making fun of me, like, sleep. I'm like, this is not hypnosis, especially hypnotherapy. This is not hypnotherapy.
no.
Yeah.
So you had to educate them.
Yeah, but today I think they are more aware, and some of them actually have reached out to me, like within my circle.
And I know that you do videos online.
Yeah.
So has that helped as well, where people can actually see you see you in action?
Okay, so when I realized, let's say, the usefulness of hypnotherapy, I realized, okay, I should let people know. Like, it's there, it's out there, it can help, and it can help. Whether it's me or not, doesn't matter. I want them to understand what hypnotherapy is. I tried to reach out to social media influencers from here and beyond, but no one listened. I think everyone had that misconception. So I was like, okay, seems like I have to do it myself.
And you did so good.
And I just decided to go on social media, make people aware. But then I realized there is demand in trying. Everyone wants to try. Like, you have been talking, we want to try. It's like, okay, maybe it's time to set up my YouTube channel. And there where I started posting different videos for them to try self-hypnosis. And sometimes I had to add a flavor to it, like meet your favorite person, go on a trip to the moon. That way I was able to attract people who are not just there for hypnosis, but for different content, so they can cross-match with the content I post.
Yeah, because you got amazing downloads. Like
So
16,000.
many, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the best set, I think it reached above 1 million views.
Wow. What was that? What topic was that on?
It's sleep in 5 minutes.
Yeah, because it's amazing how many people don't sleep.
So good.
It's funny how I posted that video, because I posted 2 videos, mainly self-hypnosis, regression, rainbow garden. But then when I tried it myself, I kept falling asleep. I was like,
That is so funny.
I was like, why not have a proper video? Because every time I wake up to an advertisement or another video. So I was like, okay, I'll just post an extended video. I'll use it for myself. And then it went popular. Like,
It's so funny.
That's
We
funny.
should try that.
Yeah.
We should try
okay.
it.
Well, let's see. Someone in the office. Maybe someone in the office has problems with sleeping. Let's see if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Because
but
I never have problems sleeping.
No,
I
I
literally
fell
hit the
asleep
pillow and
easily.
that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
But we should have tried it. We should have talked about it before and tried it here on the podcast.
That's true.
That we should have done
Yeah.
next time.
So, what's the feedback from work? Do they know that you do this as well?
Yes,
And do some of the staff come and see you?
So I did do a lot promoting it to my colleagues.
Yeah.
I think they are open. Yeah, they understand. They didn't critique. But it was difficult for me to push them to try. Some of them have tried it. Most of them fell asleep instead of going through the actual experience. Because, I mean, it's so soothing and relaxing. If you lack sleep, you immediately fall asleep. But mainly it was positive reaction, I would say.
Great. That's amazing.
Wow.
Okay, well, let's move away from
Yes.
the hypnostic. So you're the co-founder of Maskan?
True.
So what is that?
Okay, so Maskan is the Arabic word for accommodation.
Okay.
And we developed a transactional platform that helps independent hotels and residential towers to increase their occupancy. I mean, today, most hotels, they are either on Booking, Agoda, mostly. But the problem they face is they have to fix if they want to change the pricing of a room, because they have to. They do it maybe every day or once in 2 days, and they have to go on each platform to fix it. And sometimes they have double bookings, because if they happen at the same time, then there's no way to manage it. But Maskan actually helps them connect to more than 100 engines. So all those out there. And they can manage them all centrally from Maskan. So they can fix the price, they can get the booking, they can put the listing. So everything happens once centrally, and it gets distributed.
What a great idea.
It's really cool.
Now,
How did you came
where
up
was
with
the
that?
light bulb moment? How did you come up with that?
I have an idea.
Were you just online, booking, or how did that happen?
No, actually, so we're four co-founders, and 2 of us had that idea. Now, when they reached out to me to join the team, I was completely blown away, because I immediately knew the value of the idea, especially in the Qatari market, because these guys were based in UK. And I was like, when it comes to residential, we have so many residential towers, we have so many compounds that are vacant. And those can actually be also put on the platform to enable them or allow them to shortlet. So tourists can come to Qatar and book an apartment in Isdan or an apartment in Barwa or in Zigzag Tower. Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on. Okay, two of these co-founders were from the UK.
Yes.
And do you know? Okay, you came up with the idea, and
No, they came up.
They came up with the idea, but how did they come? Do you know how they came up with the idea? What was their?
I think they wanted mostly to change the market in the UK, because those guys, I mean, they each one had a job. One was in real estate and the other was in finance, and they knew that there is this gap in the UK where many people are trying to go on Airbnb and HomeAway, and it was very difficult for them to manage, especially if they have more than one apartment. It's just overwhelming. And this is where they came up with the idea. And when they wanted to expand, that's where we met. Like, we met in a platform, which was for startups. I met the guys and they were like, we're interested actually in Qatar, because so many Qataris own properties in UK. That was the catch for them. But then I told them, come on guys, there's much more in Qatar, especially with the FIFA World Cup coming up.
Yeah.
So they were blown away, and we have great progress happening in Qatar and in the MENA region.
So this platform is live?
It is live, yeah.
And what's the take-up? How is the market responding to it?
I would say from an independent hotel perspective, we have a good attraction. Many of them are signing up. However, from the residential side, there is some resistance. I believe they are not used to the idea of going on Airbnb, and this is why they somewhat resist. They think, I don't have a license for tourism. But we actually went to the National Tourism Council and we checked, and there is nothing that forbids us or them to be on such a platform.
Wow.
So are you saying anyone?
Yeah.
Or is it just a compound
Or
owner?
Can it be a resident that's renting that can go on there? Or?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, there is nothing that forbids, because it's not regulated, which means until there is a regulation, you can do it.
Well, maybe now that they've seen it, it's going to change. There's going to
And
be a
maybe
regulation.
we are up in the athletics, so it's too bad we didn't know. Otherwise, we could have.
But
I have my apartment.
But I'll tell
here.
you one thing. I mean, so many people see regulations as limiting, but I think it's the other way around. It's an enabler for business. It's not a limiting thing.
Yeah. No, I've known a few people that have put their apartment, especially when they go away on holiday, that they put it on Airbnb.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically then they get their holiday paid for because literally someone else is coming in.
And with a regulation, I mean, Maskan will fly immediately, because people will be like, oh, we can do it. Let's do it.
No, absolutely.
It's much harder for us to reach people individually, but if it's out there, it's out there.
I like it.
So you're a man of many talents. So how do you keep doing all this stuff, and what's with your day job as well?
Yeah.
How do you manage your time?
And family.
And family, yes. Yeah. Well, maybe the poor wife is hypnotized, so it literally. or she believes that Omar is always there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No. Tell us.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say a lie and say it's an easy task, but I try as much as possible as a father, as a husband, and doing all these things to balance my time. And this is why I keep myself busy during work days, but also weekends. So mostly work days, I would say, is mainly my hypnotherapy work and Maskan, but I also have a specific slot for family. But weekend is definitely family. Like, it's off limits for work.
Very good. So you put your phone on silent and
how do you do that? Because I felt it this weekend, because I'm terrible, because I do so much work, and it's we mix. It's work. It's because nowadays with the social media, and we would do so much on social media with the work as well. So it's you kind of always working. And I thought about this weekend when I was doing my exercise, because then you kind of meditate and think, and you don't do your other things. And I was like, how am I gonna get away from my phone, my laptop, because I'm getting absorbed? So how do you do it?
I think it's the awareness of making that stop, that pause. Because yes, you always are, or you always feel inclined to following up, replying. But once you reach that discipline of no, there's this barrier. I mean, you can really do it. This is how I do it. When it's weekend, I don't reply. Like I do see it, I don't reply. I just keep it until the next working day.
That is good.
It's being mindfulness.
Well, I'm
all
gonna
about
start
mindfulness.
that.
Well, I don't mind if you do it. It's but but it is. You do need it.
Yeah,
because then you feel more refreshed. Because then you feel like you're getting away.
Yeah, because I think we all can relate to it, because the mind, the brain is ever so much information you can get, and it's like a hard drive. It's getting full, and it's like.
I'll tell you one thing. Today. I mean, I was in my 20s, but now I reached 30. But in my 20s, I was always thinking, what would I, as Omar, regret in my 60s? And it's such a difficult question to answer. You couldn't know, right? So what I did is I started Googling blogs of people. What are their 10 most regrets? And number one was the imbalance of work and life. Because they feel like, I've spent my entire life working. I have no idea where my family is, what they have done, what they have gone through, and they are just strange to each other. I mean, they feel strangers. And the other thing is, I've seen people think that it's not about work, it's not about career, it's really about the people, the quality of relationships. And usually people, late in life, they realize this and start supporting others. And this is why today I'm convinced that I'm doing the right thing. Yes, I'm doing the work because obviously I need to build something for myself, but I'm still doing my humanitarian side with the hypnotherapy, and I'm making sure that I keep the balance there so I don't miss out on life.
Okay.
So
now it's the quick fire question as we're coming to the end of the show.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm not scared.
So what's
Actually, sorry to interrupt. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
And I think it could resonate with you guys in the future. Now, the subconscious mind does not respond to negation. So when you say, don't be scared, people would still be scared.
It's very true. Very true.
So you have to say,
just have
be
fun.
confident, or
have fun.
Be strong.
Yeah.
Be strong.
So remember that.
Okay. Have
Don't
fun.
scare off.
No.
Okay.
Have fun.
I guess. What's your favorite film?
Favorite film?
Mm-hmm.
Braveheart.
I love that.
That's a second one I've said, Braveheart.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's so cool when he stands there with the horses and everybody behind him.
I'm the same.
I need to see it one more time now. I love that also. It was many years ago.
Gladiator's my favorite.
It is?
Yeah, that's the
That's
one
a
that
good
I can.
movie as well.
Yeah, favorite quote that you like to.
So I don't. I don't know the exact words, but it's for Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm.
He said, let me just try to pull the words together. He said something that it's not, how do you say, what's the opposite of education or awareness? So
Non-educated.
Like people in the past when they had no education, what do you
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
No.
Back in the Stone Age.
Anyway, we know what you mean.
We know what you mean.
So he said, today it's not about the uneducation. It's not about the people who do not have an education. It's not this, but it's people who think that they have the knowledge, and they don't today.
Very true.
So it's not about reading and writing anymore. It's thinking that you have the knowledge, but you don't.
Yeah. Very true.
It just resonates with me because people, especially with hypnotherapy, people think they know, they don't.
Yeah. Who's inspired you?
There are three, if I may.
Yeah.
When it comes to persistence, it's my mom. She endured a lot, and I look up to her for that. When it comes to emotional intelligence, it's my wife. She's amazing. I mean, even though she's not mentoring me, but I do look up to her. Like, I see her as a mentor when it comes to emotional intelligence, because I do like that. When it comes to career, it's Her Excellency Reem Al-Mansouri. I mean, she's a very strong, bold woman, and she's leading the future of ICT in Qatar.
I like it. I have also a question.
And your question.
So, what makes you happy, and what are you grateful for, and what makes your heart sing of happiness?
I think it's people. And for me, the one thing that I love the most is people, family and friends. I think at this age, with us all at the same age, I think people are trying to pursue career, pursue things, but we tend to forget about the relationship, which is not something that I like. I prefer to have good quality time with family and friends. And I'm a person who doesn't like to do anything alone. I never go to the cinema alone. Doesn't matter how good the movie is, I don't go alone. I don't go to the beach alone. I don't go to swim alone. Like, for me, I have to at least have one person with me. Like, I like company.
Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
So
Thank
inspiring.
You,
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne.
Please come back.
Yeah, please come back. Please give us an update on how things are going.
Sure, I will
Yeah.
love to.
Thank you. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. And don't forget our other podcasts. Doha Heat is launching this week, I think.
Yeah, with Martina from Argentina.
Martina from Argentina. And In the Game with Steve Mackey. Check those 2 podcasts out. And also keep watching and listening Your Onion.
Yes.
And our food review.
Food
Come on,
review.
you were going to say that.
Yes, but I was like, Anne, you're always saying
Yes, I
food
know.
review.
So
food review.
have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care of you.